Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ever-existing being that has been existing before the existence of existence. When he wanted existence to exist, he manufactured existence and told existence that I want it to exist. But while you are existing, he said, I shall continue to exist. And it shall come to a time that you shall cease to exist, and I shall continue to exist. كل شيء فاني إلا الله باقي كل لا الملك الملك تؤتي الملك من تشاء وتنزع الملك ممن تشاء وتعز من تشاء وتذل من تشاء بيدك الخير إنك على كل شيء قدير تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب. Once again, you are welcome to this auspicious program tagged Deen Lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7, and I still remain yours, Olayode Abdurazak, aka Philosopher King. As we used to say, thank God it's Friday. Mashallah, it's another beautiful Friday, and we are also here to remind us, as we used to say, as Allah says in the Quran, فَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَ تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, that we should remind ourselves, we should remind our soul, we should awaken the soul, because فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَ تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. This type of reminder is beneficial for every Muslim and believer, inshallah. And I think this is why we are also here to remind us Allah and the worship that it is incumbent on each and every one of us, inshallah. All right, today what we have for us, the topic is tagged building moral intelligence. Building moral intelligence. How do you build moral intelligence? Yeah, we have discovered that most times our scholar tells us to have faith, but they never told us how to have faith. You see that? They tell us to fear Allah, but they never told us how to fear Allah. They told us to obey our parents. They never told us how to do that. So we're also looking at this moral intelligence and want to tell us how to build moral intelligence, instead of talking about moral intelligence without telling us how to build this moral intelligence. And you will agree with me that at this stage that we are in this world, we have crisis of moral intelligence. We have crisis of intelligence. We have crisis of morality. Yeah, our society is already morally decadent, and I am telling you that morality has lost its place. Yes, with this topic is just telling us about return to character. Return to character. We must return to character. We must return to morality instead of much of immorality and immoral behaviors. You see, so what is moral intelligence? You see, when you look at moral intelligence, we have this intelligent quotient. From intelligent quotient, we equally have artificial intelligence, we have spatial intelligence, we have social intelligence, we have artificial intelligence. In fact, we have ibadah intelligence. Yes, we have ibadah intelligence. Ibadah intelligence is all about how to be aware of your ibadah. Every day you take check of your ibadah. You evaluate yourself before you are being evaluated in the sight of Allah. So this is just the awareness of what? Of having just ibadah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, or the Prophet said, that when you do one wrong, try as much as possible to do 5 good, to erase 1 wrong. And when you understand that, people of ibadah intelligence, they equally rush, they strive towards doing more good than bad, so that their good will have more scale, will have more measure, than bad. So this is also ibadah intelligence. It's just the awareness of what did you do today? Who are those people you have made smile today? What good have you done today? How is your ibadah? How is it today? You just evaluate those things. That tells you your ibadah intelligence, how you worship, the intelligence, how you do your spiritual activities, the intelligence. Do you know that? So this is why we are also here to look at moral intelligence, how to build it. Again, very, very important, what we're going to look at today, inshallah. And let's look at what is moral intelligence. What is moral intelligence? Moral intelligence, as I said the other time, is just like return to character. Return to character. And again, moral intelligence can be the capacity. We can say it is the capacity to understand right from wrong. The capacity to understand right from wrong, the capacity to try as much as possible to do right, when you have understood what wrong is. Most time people strive to always know what is right. They fail to know what is wrong. And when you know what is right and you don't know what is wrong, you'll be doing what is wrong thinking that it is right. Do you see this? That's why you also need moral intelligence. You need to build that moral intelligence in yourself. Moral intelligence also is the consciousness. Yeah, it is when you have conscious choice, conscious choice that will make you do things in life. You are consciously looking or taking a step in your life. The way you take that step is that consciousness. The Prophet ﷺ let us understand that laysa shadidu man galaba nas, innama shadidu man galaba nafsi indal ghadab. You see, he said it is not a powerful person, this person that wrestles with his fellow mate and is able to win that person. Prophet ﷺ said, no, you are not the strongest person. He said, innama shadidu man galaba nafsi indal ghadab. The strongest person is that person that is able to control his emotion, the person that has conscious choice. You have to think before you do, not you when you have done it then you start thinking. La ilaha illallah. Thinking precede doing, not when you have done it. I'm sorry, it is shaitan, it is this. You must have conscious choice. You must think before you act. So that is moral intelligence. Again, moral intelligence, let me give one more definition. Moral intelligence is having strong ethical conviction, having strong ethical conviction, and also acts on them in a manner that is just, right, and honorable. You see, this ethical conviction, this conviction that you are so convinced that this action is right, even though 1001 people are doing it wrongly, but you have this ethical conviction. That is moral intelligence. You have this ethical conviction, to act in a manner that is right, that is honorable, and that is just, even if so many people are not going through that lane. I can give an example of that when you look at the Ashabul Hudud. When you look at the Ashabul Hudud, if you look at, there's a story behind that surah about the Ashabul Hudud, that a young boy, a young boy in his cradle, when the king said he was now putting everybody in that ditch that he dug a ditch, and everybody that believes in Allah, he said all of them should enter inside that ditch. A woman trying to enter inside the ditch as well, then she paused, thinking that even if she believed in Allah, this cradle, this child of hers doesn't even know anything. Why would she enter into this ditch with this guy? Then she paused. She wanted to go back. Then Allah commanded that child in his cradle to speak. And when he spoke, he told that mother that, go, you are in the right path. You see, that immediately, that ethical conviction, came to her, and the next thing, she entered into this dish because of this belief in Allah, because of belief in Allah. You can see that. So ethical or moral intelligence is what is having that ethical conviction, mashallah. So even in this, I will also let us understand that moral intelligence is something that you and I need. Yeah, we need moral intelligence in every aspect of our life. I want to also state this, that raising charitable, compassionate, and emotional intelligent children should be the top of our priority. Every parent to be, every single, as you are having that thought into marriage, you see, raising charitable, compassionate, and emotional intelligent children should be one important thing that we should put in our mind. So now, when we look at this moral intelligence, having understood what moral intelligence means, now the question is, how do you build moral intelligence? How do you build it? How do you have it? Not that we now understand moral intelligence, then what? How do you build it? How do you have it? As we have said, it's very, very important. Then how do you have it? Now, let's look at the first way. I'm looking at two ways in which we can build moral intelligence. Inshallah, if we have the time, we'll go through those two ways. But we need to, first of all, understand that what are the ethical values, that we need to build in moral intelligence. We have 7 moral values that we need to build, that we need to know about, that we need to understand in order to build upon them. Those are those virtues. Those are those virtues. I call them human decency. The fundamentals of human decency. If we have 7 essential virtues. We have 7 essential virtues of moral intelligence. If you want to build it, you need 7 things to build upon. Number 1 is empathy. Number 1, you need to build on what? On empathy. And what is empathy? Empathy is taking note of and identifying with other people's concern. Did you get this? Empathy is taking care of and identifying with other people's concern. That is what empathy is. We'll explain one by one. Now, secondly, the second virtue out of the 7 virtues that we need to build upon if you want to build moral intelligence, the second one is conscience. Conscience. You must have conscience. La ilaha illallah. What is conscience? Conscience is knowing the right and decent way to act. Knowing the right and decent way to act and behave in a certain way. When your conscience is talking to you, when you want to do something and your conscience is telling you that this thing that you have done is good. Sometimes they say, some people don't even have conscience. They don't have conscience. Something inside them is not communicating with them. It means that there is difference between what they do and what is communicating to them inside them to act the way they act. So conscience is one thing that you need to build upon if you want to have moral intelligence, if you want to build moral intelligence. The third one is self-control. Self-control. Self-control is regulating your thoughts, and action in a way that you stop any pressure from within or outside that prompt you to behave the way you do. Self-control. If you look at that hadith that I said, Laysa shadidu man galaban nas, innama shadidu man galaban nafsi indal gaw. Is talking about self-control. How do you control your emotions? How do you, regulate your emotions? How do you take action when you have such thoughts of something like that? You have to control yourself. So if you want to have or build moral intelligence, you need self-control. We'll look at them, inshallah, if we have enough time. The next one is respect. Respect. They say respect is reciprocal. Respect is what is reciprocal. You see, treating other people in a way that is considerate and cautious. That is what? Considerate and cautious. In order to show them that what? That you value them. If you look at the golden rule, when the Prophet ﷺ let us understand that la yu'minu ahadukum ata yu'ibul a'ihi kaman yu'ibul nafsi. You see, you are not a believer until you love for other people what you love for yourself. This is a golden rule all over the world. Even in the Bible, it's also there. You see, this tells you that it's a golden rule. Until date, nobody has forced this golden rule. So this is to let you also understand that respect is reciprocal, and you must let people know that you value them. Because valuing people, if somebody said we don't have clash, we don't offend one another. We only have clash of values. So you must understand other people's value, that is respect other people's religion, respect other people's value, respect other people's culture, respect other people's way of life. Then we can live together. This is moral intelligence. The next one is kindness. Kindness is a virtue, and this virtue of kindness, if you are able to build it, you have that high moral intelligence. And kindness is exhibiting concern about the welfare and feelings of others. Exhibiting concern about the welfare and what feelings of others. You will agree with me that the children of this generation, the children that are coming up in the next generation, I pity them. You know why? Most of the children, research said that most of the children of this generation, the young ones of this generation, they have lost kindness. That there is no kindness in their heart. There's no kindness in their heart. La ilaha illallah. So this is what it is. So tolerance, again, is another virtue out of the 7 virtues which I call human decency. Tolerance is respecting. You can see it's also part of that one too. So, but this one is respecting the dignity and right of all people. Tolerance, respecting the dignity and right of all people, even one who does not believe in what you do. You see, this is tolerant. Even if something, I could remember in Juma service, they used to say, be just to those who are just to you and be just to those who are not just to you. You can see, this is be just to those who are just to you and be just to those who are unjust to you. This is what they tell us every day after Juma service. Just be just. Just be just. إن something عدل والإنسان وإيتاز الذكروبة وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. This is just a reminder that they remind us every day is a part of what? Is part of tolerance. And the last one is fairness. The last virtue is what? Is fairness. And when we talk about fairness is opting, trying to be open. Often to be just trying to be open, be open-minded and act in a just manner, act in a just and fair manner. So those two things, you really need them in order to move ahead in life. You need them to ever move ahead in life. So those are the 7 virtues that we need in order to move ahead, in order to have or build what we call moral intelligence. So now, how do you build this moral intelligence? As I said earlier on, I said I will look at 2 ways of building moral intelligence. And this moral intelligence, you'll be able to build it either on your own, you build moral intelligence on your own, or you build moral intelligence on your children. Build moral intelligence in your children, or you build moral intelligence in your mentees. You build moral intelligence in your mentee. You can build moral intelligence in your students as well. You see, you build moral intelligence in people around you. So if you do this, you and I will be righteous. If we have morally intelligent individuals around us, you see that we'll be happy. Somebody is happy, you are happy. I'm happy, is happy. They are happy, we are happy. This is what it means. And that is why moral intelligence is very, very important. I will look at 2 methods of building moral intelligence. Number 1 of those methods is trying to look at build more vocabularies, learn more vocabularies about emotions, vocabularies about what? About emotions, about feelings. Build enough vocabularies about emotions and what and feelings. So if you want to build moral intelligence, know a lot of words that has to do with emotions and feeling. And this is what is lost in our youths. This is what is lost in our children. This is what is lost in so many people, because they don't even know those words. They don't even come across it, or they don't know what it feels when you say such words. When you say somebody is afraid, what does it really mean? Look at those words, afraid. When does it mean? Do our children know what it means to be agitated? To be agitated, or to be fearful, or to be frustrated, or to be cheerful, or to be hesitant. You can say to be hesitant, or to be impatient, or to be inferior, to look inferior, or to be insecure. What does it mean to be insecure? What does it mean to be mean? To be mean, what does it really mean to be mean? What does it mean to be moody? What does it mean to be shocky? What does it mean to be sunny? You see, those words, they must understand. What does it mean to be mischievous? What does it mean to be mad? What does it mean to be sleepy? What does it mean to be shy? To be silly? What does it mean to be sensitive? What does it mean to be sensitive? You see, this word, what does it mean to be sensitive? What does it mean to be excited? Those are vocabularies that you need to build and understand their meaning. When you understand their meaning, you now act upon them. You see, what does it mean to be exhausted? Exhausted. What does it mean to be yucky? Y-U-C-K-Y. To be yucky. La ilaha illallah. What does it mean to be worried? If somebody is worried, what does it really mean to say somebody is worried? What does it mean to be frightened? To be frightened. What does it mean? What does it mean to be angry? Those are words of emotions. What does it mean to be angry? What does it mean to be funny? What does it mean to be furious? What does it mean to be cynical? What does it mean to be cynical? You see, what does it mean to be contented? What does it mean to be contented? What does it mean to be confused? What does it mean to be critical? La ilaha illallah. What does it mean to be critical? What does it mean to be antsy? Antsy, this word, antsy. This is like A-N-T-S-Y. Antsy. What does it mean to be antsy? What does it mean to be anxious? What does it mean to be anxious? So those are words that we need to understand. When we understand those words, it will really make you grow. It will really make you have this moral intelligence. You can see this is how to build it. First of all, build your vocabularies. Understand those meaning. When you understand those meaning, you have gone. What does it mean to be edgy? Yes, to be edgy. E-D-G-Y. E-D-G-Y. What does it mean to be edgy? What does it mean to be eager? What does it mean to be encouraged? What does it mean to be enraged? Yes, enraged. E-N-R-A-G-E-D. What does it mean to be enraged? You see, those are words. When do you know them? What does it mean to be calm? Cheerful, comfortable, bored, brave. Brave, what does it mean? What does it mean to be hateful? What does it mean to be horrible? Horrible. La ilaha illa. There's another word. What does it mean to be hazard? To be hazard. A-H-S-S-L-E-D. What does it mean to be hazard? What does it mean to be helpless? What does it mean to be horrible? See, those are words that when you know them, when you know their meaning, it gives you that power. It gives you that moral intelligence to understand other people when they are in such situation. You understand it because people act in, those are different type of emotions that are in people. But when you don't understand those emotions, how do you even treat people like that? So building moral intelligence, in people, in yourself, in your children, in your mentee, in your student, in people around you, in your friends and family, what you need is build what? More vocabularies around emotions. When you do that, you will agree with me that you will have lot of high standard moral intelligent individuals around us. So let's try as much as possible. Let our children know those words. Let them know the meaning. Let them know what it means to be this, to be that. This is what we need. What does it mean to be embarrassed? When somebody's embarrassed, what does it mean to do that? You must let them know all those things so that they can feel it when others are feeling it. They can feel it when they are equally feeling it. So that's the first way to build moral intelligence. The second way to build moral intelligence, because of time, let's be fast about this, is what? The second way is to be sensitive. Highly sensitive. When you are sensitive, we have to enhance, the sensitivity in the feelings of others. That's what it means. To be what? To enhance sensitivity in the feelings of others. That is sensitivity. Enhance it. How do you enhance it? We have 6 ways of enhancing sensitivity in other people's feelings. Number 1, let's look at one way of enhancing it. Number 1 is praise sensitive, kind actions. Praise sensitive, kind action. You see, when you praise, in fact, sometimes you celebrate sensitive, kind action. If somebody is kind, praise that person. Tell that person the person is kind. You see, praise that person. Praise him, or praise him even if it's your children, praise one in the presence of others. That praise that one on what he or she has done. For instance, say, "Oh, Abdullahi, thank you for helping your sister wash those dishes when she's not feeling fine yesterday. Thank you, Sharifa, for trying as much as possible to keep the home clean, when your mother is not feeling fine." You see, you appreciate her, you praise her, you let her. If other people are there, you see what she does. This is a very good act. This is how to act. This is how to do things. You are building moral intelligence in people. Did you get this? If it's your student, you can say, "Oh, thank you, Abdullahi, for making up, for so when she's not feeling fine yesterday, when she left school yesterday. Thank you for taking her bags and luggages to her at home when she fell ill yesterday." Did you see this? You see, you appreciate and you tell other students and say, "You see what she just did? This is a very good act." If you and I, if everybody is like her, we're going to have a good society. This is to tell that you must praise, you must try. I said sometimes you can even celebrate. Yes, just buy a wine, let everybody drink and hold it up and say, what are we doing, sir? What is it happening? We want to celebrate that sensitive action that so has done. Sorry, who told you to do this? Who told you to do this? Nobody told you. See, without anybody telling her, she is equally doing. This is empathy. This is empathy. That's number 1. When you take empathy, you do all those things. That is how to be empathetic. That's how to be empathetic. So you try as much as possible to do what? To praise sensitive action, sensitive kind action. Number 2, what you do, again, in order to enhance that sensitivity in empathy, the next one you do is to do what? Show the result or the effect, of the sensitivity. Show the result of the sensitivity. Now, for instance, the first example I gave, that thank you for helping your sister to wash the dishes when she was not feeling fine yesterday. You now say, the next day, say, "Oh, you see, if you have not helped her, we'll have it very difficult to have some dishes all around to eat food with it the next time." You see, you have told that person the effect, the result of that kind action. Thank you for doing this. If you have not done this would have happened. thank you for doing it. If you have done this, like, oh, if you have not helped her to take her luggages back home yesterday, you will not even see her in school today, or will just come to school and see that it has been stolen. Did you see this? So you are telling that person the effect of the kind action that he or she has done. Look at yourself. Ask yourself, this action, praise yourself for doing such action because, oh, this action resulted to this good. You look at yourself, you praise yourself inside you. And when you see the effect, you know that, oh, if I hadn't done this, this would have happened. It's like somebody removing bad, things that is injurious on the road. And you just saw somebody coming with car. You just tell yourself, if I have not removed this thing, this man will just, press on it. These are things that will bring you, that will build your moral, intelligence. Then the next one is draw attention to non-verbal feelings clues. Non-verbal feelings cues. Draw cues as in CUES. Cues, feeling cues. What are those non-verbal feeling cues? Non-verbal feeling cues are, in the days of old, I was talking about this generation now. In the days of old, when your mother looked at you, there's this non-verbal communication with that look. You already understood what she wanted. You already understood what she needed. You already understood what she's saying. If it is for you to leave the room, immediately you will do that. If it is for you to drop what is in your hand, immediately you will do that. If it's for you to do something that is needed, immediately you will do that. So understanding non-verbal feeling clue, you must draw attention to what does this one mean? What does this one mean? What does that one mean? What does this action means? Do you understand? You see, when you see those actions, like that is when you know those vocabularies. When you now see those actions, you know how to go by them. That is another way to build empathy in moral intelligence. Then the next one that you have 6, as I said, the next one is ask often, how does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? If you want to take an action, like I said the other time, that you must be conscious. Now the question is, how does it feel if this and this happen? How will it feel if I'm able to injure this? How will it feel after some times? What will happen if I do this and this? You see, you are asking this question, how does it feel? When you ask often, how does it feel, it makes you build your moral intelligence and it gives you more of empathy. Because you are looking at other people's own concern. How do you feel with other people? You are dealing with people. You are learning how to deal with people. How will this one feel if I do like this? What if they did it to me? How will I feel? It's still the same thing with that golden law. That you don't do unto others what you don't want them to do to you. Did you see that you are looking at that? You are putting others in your own shoes. That is the real meaning of empathy. You are putting other people in your own shoes. So when you ask the question, or when you let your children ask the question, or when you ask them, when this happen, how do you feel? I was talking to some of my mentees one time, and I was trying to bring out this, and I told them, we are talking about this Edinson, we're talking about Edison. I was saying these numbers of time that he has used, to research how to manufacture a bulb, 500 times. He didn't get it. But the 501 time, he now got it. Then the question I asked is, how do you think he feels when he was doing that experiment for 500 times? How do you feel? Imagine his feeling. Oh, horrible. Oh, nasty. Oh, you see, those words will come. But if you don't have those words, if you don't know them, you will not be able to understand other people's feelings. Now you see. So now, they are now bringing those words that goes together with such type of feelings. Oh, all right. The 101 time that he got it, how do you think he feels? La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. You now start looking at other people's feelings that way. And in that way, you'll be building moral intelligence. And you'll be morally intelligent, upright. Then the last one, which is the 6th form of sensitivity in empathy. The sixth one is it the sixth one or the fifth one? I think this is the fifth one. This is the fifth one I'm talking about. Yeah, the fifth one, which is use a formula. Yeah, I have this formula like this. This formula is called the formula of feels plus need. Use the formula of feels plus need. Feels, like feelings, like that is FEELS, feels, plus need, NEED. So you see this formula of feels plus need. What does the formula say? The formula says that anybody that feels somehow, he needs something. Did you get this? Anybody that feels any emotion, that person needs something in return. So there's a plus to it. For instance, somebody is feeling happy. What does that person need? Did you get this? Somebody is feeling happy. What does that person need? That person need to share his happiness. It needs you to embrace his happiness. Somebody is coming and is laughing and say, wow, look at this, say, what happened? Then the person started narrating the story, was happy narrating the story, then they finished narrating the story, say, huh? So what is funny in that? So what is it? This person needs somebody to share with. This happiness is to be shared. And you that don't want to share happiness with, you're not grasping it. You're not sharing happiness in return. You are killing that happiness in that person's place. That tells you that, but when you want to build moral intelligence, you see somebody that is bringing happiness, he wanted you to share, then you will be happy with him. You say congratulations to people. You call people and appreciate them. You call people and say, oh, thanks for yesterday. Congratulations for your this. Congratulations for your that. You make people happy because that mood, that emotion, that time, the feelings that time, what they need is who to share it with, and they must look for somebody to share it with. Do you understand? Then the next one, which is the last, the need. That's the second one, sadness. Somebody is sad. What does that person need if somebody is sad? Somebody is sad, the person needed somebody to talk to. Somebody is sad, he needed somebody to understand him or her. Somebody is sad, he wants somebody that will accept him without being judgmental. Then, if you have moral intelligence, you'll be able to accept that person, understand that person, try to talk to that person. You see somebody being sad, that person is not happy, you need somebody to talk to, say, hello, what's happening with you? I've been watching you all around, I've been watching you all since morning, what is really happening? Talk to me, feel free. The person wanted somebody he or she will talk to. You see, now, the formula of feels plus need goes with that person. You understand this feeling, this person must need something. So every feelings come with a need. Then the feeling you understand, give the need. All right. Lastly, share how you feel as well. You share how you feel as well. If you feel good, tell people how you feel good about them. If you feel a little bit otherwise, let people know how you feel. So when you share your feelings, it's very important. Sometimes when some people fail to share their feelings, and the person you are offending did not even know you offended him or her, the person that you have done a good act for, the person never knew that this thing he or she did to you is so important to you. The person didn't know. So share your own feelings as well. Oh, thank you yesterday, what you did for me, I really appreciated it. You know what, I've been trying to do that, I've been trying to look for people that will do that, but you just came my way and you did it. Thank you, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You see, you are sharing your own feelings too, and that is moral intelligence. And otherwise, if somebody did something wrong too, you can equally use that style, stylishly, and said, oh, I wasn't happy yesterday with what you did. Yeah, that thing you did, this is how I felt about it. I'm not really happy about it. You are also sharing your feelings. So in those ways, those are the 6 ways to be sensitive in empathy. That is how to be sensitive in empathy. Number 1, let me say those 6 things again. Number 1, praise sensitive, kind action. Number 2 is what? Show the result or effect of such sensitivity. Number 3 is to draw attention to non-verbal feeling cues. Then number 4 is to ask often. Yes, ask often. How does it feel? Ask often. How does it feel? Then number 5 is to use the formula feels plus need. Use the formula feels plus need. And lastly, number 6 is share your own feelings. Share your own feelings. If you do this, you will have strong moral intelligence. And if you and I are doing it, you see, we'll have that moral intelligence people around us. And the next thing is happiness. The next thing is to have the ataraxia of the mind. The next thing is to be happy. The next thing is to be comfortable around ourselves. The next thing is to find way, sleep and close your eyes. Everybody is good around you. La ilaha illallah. Everybody is good around you. So this is why we are trying to say that moral intelligence is very important. You see, most time we pursue that intelligent quotient. Most time we pursue so many things and we forgot that moral intelligence is when you get to the top. What will make you stay at the top, what will keep you at the top, is moral intelligence. So you don't know, or you don't have, or you have a low moral intelligence when you get to the top. With that your IQ, with that your smartness, with that your brilliancy, when you get to the top, moral intelligence can bring you down. Yes, it can bring you down. And when you are at the bottom, if you don't have moral intelligence, you will not go. Yeah. When you are trying to get to that level, people that sees that you don't have moral intelligence, they drop you. They just keep you down. May Allah make it easy for us. May Allah make us grow. May Allah make us get to where we are going. That is what we need in life. May Allah make it easy for us. I just have a few minutes to take some calls, but inshallah, short break. When I come back, I'm going to open the lines for 2-3 minutes. Let's see if we can get just one call so that we can just share what we just discussed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu Rahim, Allahu yuhibbul muhsinin, wa khaliquna ورازقنا وهو على كل شيء قدير.
MashaAllah, we are welcome back to Deen Lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7. And what we have been discussing so far so good is building moral intelligence. Yeah, we have a few minutes to go, but if you want to be part of this discussion, you can call in and ask 1 or 2 question contribution clarification. You can equally call to do that. The numbers to call remain 0903 22 29 797. Again, 0903 22 29 0797. You can equally call 08018 22 22 050. Again, 0818 22 22 205. And lastly, you can equally call this number 0808 22 22 037. If you want to be part of this discussion, you can call in and ask 1 or 2 questions, clarification, observation, or if you have questions, you can equally call in to do that. Yeah, what we are discussing so far, as I said earlier on, is building moral intelligence. And you also agree with me that moral intelligence is what we need today. Nigeria is going towards 2023 and it's election time. You know what? Moral intelligence has lost its place. Moral intelligence is a crisis. It's a crisis already. It's already a crisis already. It's a crisis already. And nobody is looking at the morality, the character of those people. The character, what we do is what he has done before, what they have done before, what can he do next, what can he do now. If he doesn't have character, if he is less of morality, then there is nothing he can do. That's why I say when you get to the top, without character, it would bring you down. One thing that is holding our president today is what? Is his character. And I must confirm that is morality. When somebody has high moral standard, this thing will help you when there are this turbulent here and there. That one will keep you stable. That one will keep you standing. That one will keep you, it will keep you going, and it will keep you sinless. It will keep you sinless. And I must confirm that is exactly what is keeping him staying there. Yeah, you may not agree with me anyway, but that is the way I see moral intelligence. That is the way I see it. So let's try as much as possible to build that moral intelligence inside us, so that whatever we have in our baggage, no matter how brilliant you are, no matter how religious you are, no matter how potentially great you are, you need moral intelligence. That is the only thing that can keep you balanced. That is the only thing that can keep you going. That is the only thing that can keep you growing. And that is why we are trying to discuss that. May Allah make it easy for us. All right, we don't have enough time now, inshallah. Next week is another beautiful day, and we're still going to be here to discuss another beautiful discussion, inshallah. I still remain yours, Olayode Abdurazak, aka Philosopher King. Next week is another important time. Keep still to this station. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
رحيم الله